The Young Man's Story, Chapter 8.5, Energy Building Interlude. Can be skipped. 5:11, 3:32 p.m. The Young Man.
How are you?
Ready for more YYM. Smile.
I'm letting the next bit build in me. And cool. How's work coming along? Bit flat. The Corner of Heaven story took a lot out of me.
I can't wait to give it my full attention.
Cool, me too.
Yeah, that's okay. Do other stuff.
Yeah, it's just a bit of patience needed. And the power of pause.
The power of pause. Nice.
Smile.
Time to pause would be nice. Oh, thanks for the link. Oops, sorry, wrong chat.
Yeah, sometimes a few seconds is all we need.
Okay, later have a story for you, about last night while you were writing. I didn't want to disturb you at the time, but it was quite cool.
Yay. And you will never disturb me. If I'm deep in it I just don't hit enter is all. But I love when you say stuff and it's never ever a detraction. The opposite. It energizes me. Just post as stuff comes, please. Because of course stuff is most perfect in the now. Yes?
Well, but it changes your focus. And then the story gets put on hold. Every time. Smile.
Ha 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 lol, just seems like it's smile but there's plenty time to tell the story. It's not going away.
It was interesting though. Quite anomalous for sure.
Yay. Love those.
Alright, I'll just take a break and tell you now. While you were talking about worrying and how you noticed how if people would just wait a while they would realize there was nothing to worry about. I was watching a MK video, and he was saying the exact same thing. Only in a slightly different way. He was saying that what everyone wants is to feel safety overall. And it was that unknown that stands in the way of that. But anyway, every time you hit return and new copy would come, he would be talking about that same thing, lol, only slightly different. Happened 3 times.
Listening.
That's all, sorry.
That's awesome. Awesome. Smile. That's from the you, that's magic. You. So simple, that's the magic and the genius of the you.
He said if people could see the big picture they would know there was never ever anything to worry about. Because we are the universe in human clothes just here to have a human experience, and so we are as safe as can be no matter whatever happens, even if we die. But it was just funny how what you were typing at that moment was what he was saying each time.
And of course about the power of patience. It's a superpower. Yeah, that's most cool. Maybe he is me and I are him.
Yeah. Since we are all each other and all that. I'd say safe bet. Oh, and he also said something else cool. About emotions.
Listening.
He was saying all emotions, we just think they are ours, but we are all here in human bodies picking up on the collective unconscious emotions of the human condition in general and then playing them out in various ways so we could do our part to transmute it for humanity at large and for the earth. That each of us may think it's ours but it really isn't, it's mass consciousness. We are each just doing our part to play it out. And so even if we're feeling like crap we are doing our part to transmute. There is never ever a single moment this is not true, just we may not do it consciously, and when we do it consciously, well then we help to undo it rather than not. Or something like that. What I like the most about him other than the plain easy language he uses is that he makes me laugh like mad. He's so funny and light-hearted that he's an interesting guy to listen to. However, found out the other day he claims to be getting his downloads from the Pleiadians and says we are all Pleiadians here. That this is our home base, so. To know about that lol. Lol. I've had enough identifying with that stuff, ha ha ha.
Most interesting. The Ring of Power of Don Juan. Yeah, I do feel we are hooked into it. But in different ways a bit than he says. Or additional ways. To me the mass consciousness is the belief system which leads to the construction of the reality. So it's more simple and also much more complex.
Well, that makes sense, that is mass, that's for sure, and massive.
Yeah, to me I simply look at the cognitive intent. I don't know how else to say it, but it's looking past what people actually say to the abstract of it underneath. The intent. That tells us a lot.
Yeah.
And just from what you've quoted from him and from what you said now, there are small pieces that mean much. Those are the bits which are not necessarily needed or verifiable, and they're sprinkled in between, and those are the bits which have an intent to them to appeal to people's desire to feel special. That's the red flag every time.
Which one?
Whenever someone is appealing to the ego of another, that's a huge red flag. Now that doesn't mean that what they are saying is all bunk. Just that they might be, and most likely are using the truth for other agendas.
Well, I'd have to see specificity. Why are you saying it's ego?
I will go over again and pull what flagged me.
K.
We could do our part to transmute it for humanity at large and for the earth, and so even if we are feeling like crap, we are doing our part to transmute. That there is never ever a single moment that this is not true.
Those are my words though, not his. All my words.
Yeah, you are paraphrasing, I understand that. Intent comes through despite whose words they are. Now of course it may be true. But if one is going to make such statements, they kinda need some backing and not just someone's word.
And could have gotten it wrong. I was blabbing away in a hurry, so don't analyze that. I thought you were going to go back and look at quotes I posted on FB. Well, I said he said, and that was kind of the gist, and if we are all one, then it would by inference be a true statement that it all belongs to the overall if we are all one in a way.
It's not each individually either. But if someone is telling you that you are doing good and also to expect feeling like crap, that is a warning for me. And I know, you posted some quotes in chat. But I want you to understand something clearly here, L. You are taking what I am saying a bit wrong here.
No. That came out wrong, lol. Chat sucks for that. His point was don't beat yourself up about it. Really.
So what exactly is my actual opinion of what he said via what you said? Am I saying it's nonsense? No. Am I agreeing with him? Yes. Ha ha ha, yeah, chat can give the wrong flavor, and that's what I am trying to correct, lol.
That if we realized we were just here having an experience and that the real us was the you, then we could lighten up about and say, it's okay until it passes. This too shall pass.
I was just saying I got red flags. Yes, they're extremely little to go on. And I will treat them as such. I always do. But of course they are exactly what we need to pay attention to and trust suspiciously. It makes no difference at all to the value we can extract from what he or anyone says.
Right. Enough storyline about what who what's wasn't when none of it can be proven. And yeah, sometimes he says things that really feel like self-important or self-ego, and then he will laugh about the fact that some people listening to him will think just that. So he covers his ego ass as he goes, lol. I find that humorous.
So to me it's just a marvelous example of what you were saying the other day. We are the ones to decide what's what. We can never fully believe anyone. Only listen and decide for ourselves. So those little red flags are monumental gifts from the universe. They keep us honest. They keep us questioning and keep us checking and double-checking. If we're a little bit suspicious, we don't get lulled into accepting everything just because the overwhelming majority is excellent. That's the danger, and the gift. 99 times out of 100 being good is all fine and well, except when 100 comes along and kills one. So that to me is the value of those red flags. They may be nothing, most likely are. But they keep us deliberate. Yeah, the trick is to extract value, not accept it. Yeah?
Yep.
I assume you have noticed my yeah. And yes? I regularly use. And that's why. I never assume, and I never want to share anything that's not just that, a sharing. So everything I share is always up for debate and questioning. That's what I want. That way I learn. Ha ha, part of the way of the new nobility.
Sorry, mouse was busy creating complicated window mask. This house I'm working on is really complex in the masks. Tedious. And the absolute worst thing one can do is rush. There's no hurrying through a complicated mask. Unless of course you want to do it all over again once you realize you FD up the first time. The ultimate test of patience, my job, really. You tie it back to the theme of the day. Smile.
Lol, what I find so interesting is when I'm suspicious of stuff, you give me bit of a hard time. But every time it's happened so far it has been after you yourself have usually expressed some sort of a doubt or suspicion. Your writing is filled with these awesome honest suspicions and doubts, which are really just questionings. I find it so awesome how you tap into those things which need questioning. I just wonder how much you listen to your own wisdom of suspicion. And what you said about the mask. So symbolic. The abstract of that is awesome. Brilliant. Yes, we cannot rush into these things. When we are building a complicated house, we better get it right first time or we have to go back and do it all over again. And that's messy.
Lol.
Yeah, patience, it's truly a most awesome superpower.
Ha 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 ha.
Lol, it's true, you have an awesome BS nose.
Yeah, I guess I am just trying to head it off at the pass since the com is so subject to misunderstanding. All one has to go on is what the other writes, not what they are thinking when they write it. Lol.
Yeah. Two things on that for me. I always remember, and if I can get the other person to remember as well, that's awesome. Communication is a haphazard business. Thus trust the good intent and patience of the other. Haha, and maybe, always stick with it until resolved. But that's implied in the trusting of patience and good intent.
Are we resolved? I am. Are you? This image I am working on is a bear.
Oh yeah, totally, was never a prob my end.
It's funny, as I guess I'm a little agitated cause it feels like underscore did overshoot this house. Not only are the images complicated, but there are so many of them. And I know he isn't charging any more for it. So I get a little agitated about it. Trying not to, but it's the end of the day and my butt hurts and.
Ha ha ha, I have never, not once been annoyed or angry or even irritated by you, L.
I didn't think so. Smile just with a resolved comment, wasn't sure what that meant.
Or, yeah, I hear you. I'm happy to absorb a bit of venting, even if it comes indirectly. No worries. Pretty much most of the time if people are stressed in some way it's about something else, not the thing they are using to express the stress. Because they can't really do it directly. Usually that will just sound like complaining. So I never take things directly. I look for what else is going on. So it's never me this way, of course. The resolved comment was a general statement of intent. Of what's important to me. If I don't end up with resolution then it's a waste of time. And time is precious. So I always keep going until resolved. And also, if stuff is left unresolved they become ass biters. Yeah? Love chatting to you, L, love it.
How does one bite their ass? Lol. You are talented.
Haha, leave stuff unresolved to find out. Yes, you are talented. Like that. I is a we. Always I is, I and you.
My dad was in my dream last night, been a very long time. And he even looked like he did in this life, which is also unusual. It was a very good dream, there was no unresolved stuff. Details not important. That was the takeaway. All resolved.
A collaboration.
Question mark, oh ass biting? Lol.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah, that would take collaborating. Lol.
Haha lol, no I am not Marv Albert. Lol l lol. You making me laugh.
Yeah, you know the vamp thing was huge. And the resulting lesson and determination is to walk a path cautiously optimistic.
Yes. And the hand?
Because it was a sense of victimhood in the whole dad thing, you know, a sense of helpless that's now resolved. So I'm my own parent now.
I miss those daily status reports of the progress. So I am my own parent now. Excellent.
Hand is milder. Each day. A little residual but much better. Yeah, in the dream I was his parent in a way. I came to tell him my sister and I would be coming to move him to Kauai to live with us next year.
So cool. Smile.
He was in some home of sorts.
Fantastic. What a gift from you this time, I guess you also, but from you. Love the abstract symbolic meaning of that. You so awesome with the symbolic stuff.
Yeah. Felt good, but also, and this is important. Just normal. It was just normal in a non-emotional issue way. No stuff attached at all. which was anomalous lol. So other than that and one heart flash. That's all I recall of last night's dream time. Love the heart flashes. So sweet and cute. And even though I get them a lot, the you always manages to make it flash in a moment of least expectance, lol, so it's always a surprise.
That's what I love about the you, one never gets to that point where it isn't a surprise every time. So awesome.
Yeah, another fun convo with the young man.
Love you. Hee hee. Another fun convo with Litojmo.
Where did the mo come from?
Limo.
Oh haha, I like Limo. Still my fave cause it's goofy.
So soon she forgets herself.
Haha. Like some furball.
Yes, love Limo.
Toj is kind of serious. That Toj. Teehee Limo.
Yes, I do prefer Limo, I don't get goofy from it at all. It's like everything, depends on context.
I can't work all night typing out this silliness lol, still working.
Ha ha ha, KK later's a bit. Gonna have another coffee and get back to writing.
So make it count, haha. Okay. 5:11, 5:26 p.m. Continued in Chapter 9, Law of the Land. Hashtag the young man, hashtag discussion, hashtag conversation.